Hey everyone, and welcome to day 14 of my horror movie review marathon, and I've got your Candyman movie review. Candyman, 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 Candyman. Looks like he's not coming out today. A student decides to write a thesis about local legends and myths. She visits a part of town which is kind of shady, but she learns about the legend of the Candyman. If you ignore people and the things that they're trying to say, so she investigates this thing further and she's in for a rude awakening. Let the murder commence. As far as the story goes, in 1992, this horror movie about a one-armed man who appears when you say his name 5 times in front of a mirror starts killing people, and this woman is essentially framed for his acts, which actually pisses me off most about this movie. I thought this movie was ridiculous at first, but then as I was watching it a couple more times, there was definitely a lot more to it than I originally thought. As far as the casting goes, you've got Virginia Madsen in the lead, and she seems like she obviously had a lot going for her until she decided to take on this myth, basically dealing with something that maybe you shouldn't have messed with in the first place. You kind of see the negative results of that. She's a really good actress, and it's kind of sad the situations that she ended up in, but if you mess with somebody like Tony Todd, who plays Candyman, you know something's gonna go down. And obviously, I've seen him. This isn't the first horror movie I have seen him in, so I know that he can definitely bring it as far as the scare factor goes, because he looks terrifying with that hook for a hand. This guy shot first instead of that guy from I Know What You Did Last Summer. I really felt like the acting in this movie as a whole was just really stupid at times. Like, you've got the husband who obviously doesn't have the wife's back because clearly she's a murdering psychopath after being this really nice person, and all of a sudden, what? She goes off killing people, even her friend. It's crazy. And then you've got those idiot cops, which I can't stand, interrogating her. And it just gets really ridiculous at times. So this kind of has a gothic feel to it later on in the movie when things start to get really crazy. The things that I did like about this movie, it was slightly frightening. And yes, I will say it's a little dated, but it is still gruesome to watch. And I had to turn away a couple times because some things got a little bit too bloody, especially those times at the hospital. I just thought those scenes were pretty crazy. But the things that I didn't really like about this movie, it never really gets into how she managed to get out of her blackout phase. Basically, never shows how she gets from point A to point B. The first incident that happened, and I'm thinking, really? You're gonna blame her for that entire thing just because she got caught red-handed, literally? I didn't understand it at all, so it kind of pissed me off at times watching this movie. And I felt like there were a couple of inconsistencies with this movie and things that I just felt were unanswered overall. So I can't really say that I felt a completeness to the story, even though I know there's a sequel that I do not plan to watch at all. Overall, I would say that Candyman was a decent horror movie. It definitely has its scare factor and it definitely has its cheesiness factor, but it is still pretty creepy. So I would recommend checking this out, and I would give this 3.5 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Candyman, and come back tomorrow for day 15 of my horror movie review marathon. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates coming every week for a Trail Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.